What is up, guys? It is your boy, Phil Shocker, and then I say check out with our Week 1 Team Builder of WWC. Right now, guys, I gotta do some quick handiwork here. First off, you will not be seeing. This is breaking the fourth wall. This is being recorded on the 20th of February, and I recorded the draft analysis for this about I think a few days or about a week beforehand. I am playing my Week 1 opponent, who is Ian of the Ladner Lanterns, who is the Season 1 champion, Season 3 champion. We are playing incredibly early for the fact that Ian is going to be away on vacation, and that's totally fine with me. It gives me an extra week to just relax and not have to worry about my battles and stuff like that, so I'm totally cool with this. Any way to help Ian out is going to be good for him, because I know he would hate to have to wait and just that, but anyways, Ian, I hope you have a good time, by the way, man, and I don't mind doing this for you. It's no problem at all. I already had a team kind of planned out for you, so it makes it easier myself. But do note that these videos, these 3 videos for WWC are going to be incredibly late, because League is officially not starting until March 1st, and if you haven't already, you can be, well, if you haven't, go back and watch my boy Zach the Weather's channel. He'll actually have the draft stream of WWC on there, so definitely go check that out when it gets uploaded. But enough talking about that. We're going against Ian, like I said. And funny fact, if you guys don't remember from my previous channel, I went against Ian in WWC Season 3 last year. And even though I did get like 1 lucky para, in the end, I beat Ian. So I have beaten Ian before. It was only our first time meeting, so I have beaten the champion of this game. Champion of the season. So, but I don't know if I can win this one. It's going to be a tough matchup, but I'm pretty confident in this build, and I'm pretty looking forward to this matchup. But you guys can hit the like button down below already. Subscribe to join the Flush Crew today, because you be rolling with the king of the crew. And let's go ahead and just break down Ian's team. His team is thick and it's fat, and I don't like it. He's got Mew, Toxapex, Mega Aerodactyl. By the way, Megas and Gigantamaxes were optional. And if you grab a Mega or a Gigantamax, you can't have another one. So you can't have a Gigantamax and a Mega. You cannot. You have to have either a Gigantamax, a Mega, or even no Mega or Gigantamax, which kind of sounds boring in my opinion. But he's also got Helios, Donphan, Tangrowth, Heatran, Dragonite, Alcremie, Saw, Cacturne. This team is annoying. He only has 2 things that are relatively just really fast, and that is Mega Air. Well, 3 things actually, technically, if you count Mew. But Mew's going to probably play bulky in some ways. But his main 2 fast threats we're going to have to really look for is his Helios and his Mega Aerodactyl. This team is really defensive, and I think he's going to be half of his team is going to primarily probably be defensive, half's going to be offensive. Mew I definitely see is potentially a setup variant, maybe Taunt. Helios could definitely see maybe something like Life Orb or Specs, potentially Scarf if he's fearing something. Donphan could potentially be Assault Vested, but I feel like it just loses Merrick's. I can definitely see potentially the Tangrowth being either Assault Vested Rocky Helmet, because it checks a little bit more on my team. Mega Aerodactyl is just going to probably running about Jolly or Adamant, and he's going to outspeed pretty much everything on my team, unless he knows there's a certain Scarf where he can outspeed creep for. And Toxapex, I definitely think it comes as a physically defensive threat, and probably potentially has to have Baneful Bunker to check Dracovish. And he may potentially bring Toxic Spikes, but looking at my team, I think Haze would be better, and then either Dual Stab or 1 Stab and Scald and then Recover or something like that. But I don't know. Ian's a really weird dude. He can bring up some mashup sets if he's really clever with it. So let's go ahead and just break down the team we got for you guys. So our first mon I looked at has a relatively great matchup once it gets a spin-off. It is Leo, our Mega Blastoise, with Dark Pulse, Water Pulse, Aero Spear as our 3 attacks, Modest Nature, Max Special Attack, 92 in HP, and 164 in Speed. With the Speed creeping, once I Rapid Spin, since he's got no Ghost type and he can't Spin Block me, once I spin, I'm basically faster than his entire team. Faster than everything that's not Mega Aerodactyl, because I decided to make this thing faster than Helios for the fact that Helios is more of a problem, and rather I would like to know if Helios is Scarfed as soon as possible. If for some reason that Helios is Scarfed, which may or may not be a thing that he could do, I think first off Specs is better versus my team, if I'm being honest with you. But if he does go that route, there's that route he can go with. But definitely this poke, definitely Mega Blastoise punches holes for his team. We basically have a moveset that just complements Mega Launcher so well. Rapid Spin is also there to get rid of potentially hazards and give us that speed crease to one Reno and a faster at Helios, get the +1 speed. And these three moves, check them. I do need to be careful clicking my water type moves. I also need to be careful about Tangrowth. Tangrowth, if I know for a fact is assault vested, I'll instantly know that right away from the damage. Or if it's just max HP, max def. So that's going to be something like that. One way I definitely see this game being over simply by the fact that Shift Gear Toxicity just wins this game, I feel like. 120 HP, max special attack with our Guitar Hero here, and enough speed to where we outspeed max speed Aerodactyl. Now, I could have speed creeped this thing since Mega Aerodactyl only needs to speed creep just my Rapture, being my Mega Aerodactyl, because it's my fastest thing. But if I'm Ian, I probably would speed creep for something that is potentially Scarfed, or something like Mega Blastoise that can speed creep with a Rapid Spin, or anything that speed creeps on a thing like Helios. So Ian can do some weird things, but I honestly think if he brings Arrow, I think Adamant is the way to go. Unless he's going to bring Jolly, then bring like Roost, and then just some bulk to it. That could be problematic. But basically, Shift Gear Toxicity just wins me the game. So I do need to be careful. Overdrive and Boo Burst just destroy his team. He has got no safe switches to either one of these moves. Volt Switch is there just in case I feel like I need to maybe pivot around and see what he wants to do versus my Mon and see what his switching is every single time to it. So that's going to be something we have to very much be careful and be on the lookout for. And also, it's a really good way to see if that Donphan, if it does come, which I really think it should, we'll get to see if that thing is assault vested right away instead of leftovers. If it's assault vested, it's a little more easier to take on, but if it's not assault vested, then it's basically going to start driving. Because with the Silk Scarf in this assessment, if he is max HP, like he probably should be, there is a chance after probably 1 or 2 switches to Stealth Rocks and he doesn't have a Sturdy, I have a chance to knock him out with Boom Burst with the Silk Scarf. So that's something that's definitely going to take advantage of. Up next, we're bringing Rapture or Aerodactyl with the Expert Belt with Pressure. If we can do, because pressures are actually really good because it really puts on, quote unquote, the pressure on things like Toxapex. So where it can't spam Recover versus me, it can't spam this move versus me. There's just a lot of things that put it in jeopardy now. Running Earthquake, Stone Edge, and Aqua Tail's my offensive moves. I'm running Jolly, and this is a little bit of a risk to bring Jolly. I can bring Adamant and it's hit so much harder. But I felt like having some bulk on Aerodactyl was viable in this matchup. So I'll run 168 in my bulk and max attack with enough speed to outspeed the Heliolisk by 1 point. So again, tell me if it's Scarfed or not. And then with Aqua Tail, it lets me hit Donphan on a switch in. This moveset basically lets me check his entire team because he may think I won't bring Flying Stab, which very well could be something that he could see. So that's something he'll have to be careful about, though. But I can basically click these moves versus his entire team without having drawbacks and stuff like that. So that's really good. And also we have Tailwind for a certain little sweep that could happen with either one of our Mons if the situation is the right spot. Up next we have Bobber here, our Porygon 2, mixed defensive, but a little more Spadef belted. I mean, it doesn't make sense to be Spadef bulky, but this is to be able to handle a lot of things like the Heliolisk and stuff like that, and the Mew. Recover, Try Attack, Thunderbolt, and Ice Beam are the 3 coverage moves I went with in this matchup. I felt like they were the best to go with max HP, with the Calm Nature. I feel like these were the best one. I'm actually running Download, because if it's a lower physical defense, my attack will get raised, but at lower special defense, my Spadef gets raised. And his team is a little more weak in Spadef-wise, so that way I can get these downloads up, and I can start being in those. Tri Attack is really good in case I want to start potentially spreading paralysis. Up next, we're bringing Theraphorn here. Good old reliable Theraphorn, especially defensive, but pretty much mixed defensive. With Leech Seed, Stealth Rock, Toxic, and Gyro Ball, this set basically will wall and beat pretty much about every single thing on his team. If we see no Heatran, we do need to scout out for any potential Fire-type moves that Neemon on his team does have, so we have to be careful. But with Stealth Rocks, I basically can start chipping down teams. I can get rid of Donphan Sturry, so that really helps Guitar Hero with the late game setup. And then Leech Seed just really spammo versus his entire team, except for the Tangrowth. But that's why we have Toxic there. And Toxic's really good because I can Toxic down Mew, I can Toxic down the Tangrowth, I can Toxic about almost everything on his team except for Heatran and the Toxapex. And then up next, of course, is Mr. Vish himself, our Dracovish, with a very interesting set this week with Substitute Earthquake, Vicious Rin, Leech Light. Basically, I max HP, max attack, Adamant with 4 HP Spadef. Basically, the set is to get behind Tailwind, sub, and then just click buttons for this team. But that's going to be the team, guys. I'm looking forward to this matchup. I hope you guys are too. Until next time, guys, I'm Phil Shotgun, Hedgehog.